Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Factual Fridays. I missed you all last week. I am sorry that I was not here. It was Good Friday, so okay, I'm not sorry, but it was Good Friday, so I took a break. And what I'm doing now is I'm just going to share this live stream. So if you give me a moment, I want you to share it too. As you also watch this, I want you to share it as well. So I'm going to share this live stream. Um Not there. Okay. Yeah, I gotta look up, right? Because I'm gonna share this live stream out. I gotta get better at this. So welcome if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Just bear with me as I share because I want y'all to share too and welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna hop in this as soon as possible. I need to share because I was taking let me tell you why it took so long. What happened was I was I was trying to get this stream directly into our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called A Nice Space Safe House. It is for people who support us to be in the know. It's a way to create community. It's a way to get your questions answered. It's not women for living with HIV can get in the group, but it's not our private community for women living with HIV. That's something else. So I want to make sure that I'm sharing it in there. So if you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. If you're in the group, what's up? How you doing? I know it's been a while since I posted in there. So definitely make sure you join. So let's start, right? Because I have a good topic tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to support someone living with HIV. But first, before I just hop into this topic, y'all, I want to introduce myself and introduce Anaya Space. I am Nikisa Jackson. I am a registered nurse turned HIV advocate. I have authored 2 books. My first book is this one, which we're going to hear a little bit from, Life After HIV, Removing the Mask. And my second book is called A Lover's Journey. They're both published. You can both find both of them on Amazon. And both of them are personal testimonies. I also am a coach. I help women grow their relationship with Christ. I also help women fight overwhelm and burnout in their business by really knowing and embracing who they are in God and being repositioned and realigned. So that is what I do. And also, I am a speaker. So you can book me to speak. I love to talk about women's empowerment. I love to talk about HIV stigma. I love to talk to educate my community. I love to do workshops. And so definitely if you want any of that, definitely check us out on our website, which is posted below, anayaspace.org. So listen, so what is Anaya Space? Anaya Space is a 501c3 certified nonprofit organization, and we help women, we provide holistic services to women living with HIV. And what does that look like? We do yearly self-care boxes. We do support groups. We do some more support meetings every week. I mean, every month, not every week, every month. We connect them to resources. We provide coaching, a life coaching, and now we're about to enter into the space of opening a clinic and things like that. And I'll tell you how you can support that mission. But before we do that, I really want to get into this topic because we do these every Friday to educate our community. So every week we talk about something else. So if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. If you are not, listen, if you are not on my email list, right? If you're not on our email list, we want to go ahead and drop that early. Go ahead and get on our email list because that's how you stay in the know. We're about to start producing newsletters for you guys. We're also going to be just giving you some more information about how you can partner and connect with us because this is a very important thing that we have to do. And the community has to be a part of it because we do have a mission to educate our community and provide so that you are aware of what's going on and to be educated around the topic of HIV. I had to get my notes together. So that's a little bit about us. So let's hop into it. As you'll see, the purpose of Factual Fridays is to give you a mini education lesson. And this is a mini education lesson on how to support someone living with HIV. And today I have 5 tips for you. And we're going to go through these tips and I'm going to give you a little bit information. And if this resonates with you, if this is something that you're going to apply, let me know. Even if you're watching the replay, I will go back. So the first thing is how you support a loved one living with HIV is to listen without judgment. Listen without judgment because you don't really know how hard it may have been for them to share with you or how easy it may have been. Not as hard because they love you, they can trust you. So you want to make sure you're listening without judgment. You don't know all the details, you don't know all the facts, and it's not the place to judge and start saying, oh, it's because you were promiscuous, or oh, this happened to you because you are a sinner, this happened to you for this reason. Listen without judgment because if they are telling you, it's not because they want you to judge them, is not because, at least I don't think so, right? It's not because they want you to judge them. It's not because they want you to make them feel bad and condemn them. We are already going through enough, right? We're going through enough. So if someone decides to, if you want to support them, the best thing you can do is listen without judgment. Be clear about that. Listen without judgment, because sometimes we're listening to respond, we're listening to give our opinion, but we want to really listen, because then you will get some cues into how you can actually support them as well, which we'll talk about that in a moment. The second thing is get educated. This is a good way to get educated. Come join us on Fridays. We've talked about a few things already. We've talked about women in HIV. We've talked about stigma. We talked about people first language. So we're just getting more and more education each and every week. Also on a couple weeks ago, we talked about some good sites for you to get information. Also join our email list so you'll know when we're doing educational events, when we're doing community events, so that you can get educated and know the facts. Because the truth is, there are a lot of myths around HIV out here. There are still myths, and I think we did myth versus fact too. If we haven't done it, we'll do that in May. But listen, there are still a lot of myths around HIV that are just absolutely positively not true, and you want to make sure that you know the facts, that you are getting educated. So like, I know a lot of people are, I mean, not, I won't say a lot of people, but women living with HIV can still have babies that are HIV negative. And when I did my research, based off the studies that they done, a lot of people don't agree with that, right? But when you are educated, you will realize, you'll learn about U equals U, which we talked about a few weeks ago, which is undetectable equals untransmittable. And you will learn like how far science and research has come. You'll learn how life has changed over these 40 plus years, right? So definitely you want to make sure that you get educated. So that's my first two tips. My third thing is ask how you can support them. Don't assume how you can support them. That goes back to the listening part. Ask how you can support them, right? Because you may think they want a listening ear, and really they just want to tell you, and they don't really care to talk about it every time y'all meet. Or they may say, hey, I need your support because I want you to hold me accountable, make sure I'm taking my medicine, going to the doctor, I'm struggling. They may want you to be that kind of support, or they may just want you to continue to be their friend or whatever you are to them. Or they may say, you know what, it's been a long time, I'm actually good, I just want to share this with you. And you could just keep supporting me how you have been supporting me. They may say, hey, I would love it if you would come to events with me. I would love it if you would come to the doctor with me. So definitely ask how you can support your loved one with HIV. Listen, the thing I love about these tips is I sat down with God, right? This is a little caveat. And I was like, you know, what would I have wanted when I needed support? What are some things that I would have loved? And that's one question that I would have loved to have been asked. How can I support you? And I don't know if I have been asked that before. And I think it's a good question to ask, how, because sometimes what people thought I needed, like maybe they thought I needed pity, I didn't need it. And sometimes it was like, no, I just want to share with you because I love you, I care about you, I feel like you should know, but I'm actually getting support from somewhere else. And that's okay, right? You may not be the number one person they go to for support, and that's okay. That's why you need to ask, right? Because they've shared something with you and you want to be able to support them, or maybe you found out, or however it works. Just ask how you can support them while they're going through what they're going through. We're getting through these things kind of fast, but it's okay because I want to do a few things and I want to make some announcements in this. So the fourth thing is get your own emotional support. The fourth way you can support a person living with HIV is to get your own emotional support. Unfortunately, sometimes we can't be your emotional support. I remember when I first shared my diagnosis publicly, a lot of my family found out publicly with the rest of the world. And some of them, it was very hard for them. I didn't consider that, if I could be honest, because I was just like, I need to get this out, I need to say this. And it was really hard for me to be emotional support. But the beauty and the blessing was that I had shared with other people prior to that time. So it's like I had given them somebody that could give them emotional support unintentionally, right? So that's what I had done. So as you come in, say hello, tell me how you're doing. And let me know that you're watching, if this is good to you, because this is good to me. Now, I've been doing these. This is the thing. I'm doing these every Friday, and I'm getting my groove in. I really like this topic. This might be something I turn into like a webinar, because this is really, really good. But the fourth tip is getting your own emotional support. That's what we're talking about. So definitely, if you find out someone chooses to disclose to you and share their status, and it's a lot for you, that person may not be be able to, hi Anna, emotionally support you. They may not be able to emotionally support you, and that's okay. But what you want to do is get your own emotional support. They may look like getting you a therapist. They may look like getting you a trusted friend. They may look like you talking to someone else who may know about your loved one and their status. So definitely do that. Now, don't be running off at the mouth, right? I don't know how to say that better, right? Don't go around telling all of their business. Sorry, y'all, that's my dog. She getting excited because my husband just walked in the house. So don't go around telling their business, right? Don't go tell your auntie that tell everything for and get emotional support. Like, still protect the anonymous. Their Please protect them. That's what I would say. Because you know that word I'm trying to say. They want to be anonymous. They may not tell everybody, so protect them. I was fortunate to have people who did not tell other people in my family before I did. And I don't know how they exactly got emotional support, but they still were able to protect me because until I was ready for the people to know. Because it took me a long time. I know some people see me now, but it took me a very long time to share publicly. It was very hard for me. And I want you all to be equipped because I had a speaking engagement a few months ago. And one thing I said is that sometimes there could be somebody that you know that's living with HIV and they won't tell you because of the things that you've said, the things that you've done, and the attitudes you've had about the topic. So you want to make sure that you're getting yourself educated so that you can be a safe space from someone because this doesn't discriminate. HIV doesn't discriminate because you brown, you green, you orange, you big, you little, you white, you black. It doesn't discriminate. There's no face, right? So it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. So you want to make sure that you are getting yourself educated and make sure that you can support someone because you never know. That's why I believe that this is bigger than just the people living with HIV. I hope that my connection is fine. And the last one that I love the most is love. Love them. That's the fifth way you can support them. Love them. Continue to treat them how you were treating them before. We're not going to break. You can give us hugs, right? You can still love on us. You can tell us how you feel about us. You can still go out with us. You can still spend time with us. Like, you can still do a lot of those things. So I want you to love that person because there's a reason why they decided to tell you. And this could kind of apply to even dating. It's really hard to share during dating. This is not something we'll probably not talk about dating on this platform just because I feel like that would be really good for our private support group. But even if you're somebody on the receiving end of somebody telling you that during dating, and no matter how you feel about it, you want to make sure that you're not offensive, that you're not making them feel bad. And worse, and it was very hard, right? So for them to share that, for some people, not everybody, but most people that I've come into, let me say that it has been hard, and I know it was hard for me in my personal life. So those are my 5 tips, y'all. We're gonna do something special tonight. I decided that I want to read a piece of my book because I think it's going to actually help with this topic. So I have this book called Life After HIV: Removing the Mask. You can get this on Amazon. I do have a few copies. You can go to my website, lakeishajackson.com, because the book came before the organization, right? And so I can ship you a book too if that's what you would like to do. But you can go to Amazon and get this book. It's $20. And I feel like reading a piece of it will help this topic come to life because I talk about acceptance. And what I love about this book is that it's not just telling my story, it provides tips. So we got tips for dating, living with HIV, and how you can, if you are considering dating someone living with HIV, right? So we have it from both perspectives, and this book has really helped people get a better understanding. It's helped even people in healthcare get a better understanding. It's helped educators get a better understanding. It's helped us normal common people get a better understanding. So definitely it's really good. So I want to read a little bit about I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to read just a page or two out of this book because I think it's going to help. And then we'll recap the tips. And then I want to make a few announcements. And then we're going to be out of here because I like these to say mini educations, right? So I'm going to read, if you have the book, it's page 57. And it says, I'm going to try to look at the camera while I read, y'all. I'm going to try my best. It says, when I was first diagnosed, I didn't take any medication, so it was easy to forget about the diagnosis. My only reminder was my appointment every 3 months. Since I was in a relationship, I didn't have to disclose my diagnosis to any potential partner either. At one point, I stopped going to the doctor. I got tired of the anxiety of waiting on results. If I didn't go, it wouldn't hurt me. I never wanted to take medicine. For about a year, just didn't go. And I honestly forgot about my status. I made myself believe it wasn't an issue anymore. I just lived my life and went to school. It felt good, but I knew that I couldn't just not go to the doctor. I knew I wasn't doing things to strengthen my immune system. After ignoring my reality for 11 months, I went to my primary care doctor for an appointment. One thing I learned during those 11 months is if you don't care about your health, no one else will. No one questioned me about doctor's appointments. A doctor didn't call and check on me. It's important that you be the best advocate for yourself. If you want to run, you can, but you definitely can't hide from this disease. You have to get into treatment or care to fight this. I went to my appointment and had my blood drawn. My doctor talked about my weight and how much I had gained during that year. When he asked where I'd been, I told him life happened. I got my labs drawn and went home. 2 weeks later, I got the phone call that I never wanted to receive. He called and said, I sent you a prescription. Let me drink a little water, y'all. I'm telling y'all, whenever it gets good, there go my throat. Sorry. Sorry. Let's get back to it. He called and said, I sent you a prescription into your pharmacy. You need to start the medication and find an infectious disease doctor immediately. I asked the name of the medicine and hung up the phone. I was alone when I got the call, and I was happy that I was. At this point, my life was a mess. I was in the middle of a horrible breakup, and I was starting a new job. The medicine prescribed had horrible side effects. I was scared and concerned about my ability to work. I went in the bathroom in the dark and cried like a baby. This was worse than being diagnosed. Medicine made this disease real. It was easy to hide when you didn't take medicine. What if someone saw my medication? What if the medicine made me sick or my body looked horrible? What if I couldn't eat because of the medicine? I didn't want to accept that this would be my life forever. The only forever I wanted was a family, not this disease. I became mad at everything. Life wasn't fair. I didn't feel like I deserved the fate that was put before me. Why was I such a stupid 19-year-old? Why couldn't I just wait to have sex or be strong enough to use a condom? After crying that all day, the next day I put my big girl panties on and called the pharmacy. So I'm gonna stop there because I think that this is where it lines up. So this is what I felt when I first found out it was time for me to go from just regular doctor appointments to also now adding another layer. And that for me made it real to me. That made me face it. That made me accept it. And that was a new level. And even at this time, I had not told a lot of people. I was telling men that I was dating, of course, and disclosing like that. But it was like a need to know basis. That's the only way you did it. So my doctor knew. And if I was dating you, you knew. I think a few of my family members knew, not a lot. And so that was in the thick of things. And at that point, I had not publicly disclosed my status. And I think that sometimes people see me, they see the work I do, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so strong. It took a lot to get to this space. So when you are supporting someone living with HIV, I want you to remember that. I want you to remember what it must be like for them, but I also don't want you to forget to get your own emotional support. So I'm going to run through these tips one more time. I hope that you can use these. And if you are just joining, make sure you go back and watch the replay. Is listen without judgment, get educated, ask how they want to be supported, get your own emotional support, and just love them. So those are my tips, y'all. That's our mini education for today. And I want to share with you, I want y'all to get on our email list. This is our email list for people who want to support our organization, people who want to know more about what we do and how they can be a part of what we do. That is what this email list is for. And I want to announce something to you. We are really, really excited, y'all. We are going to be having a gala on August 20th, 2022. And it is going to be from 6 to 10. And we're going to just celebrate Anaya's space. We're going to be honoring some women living with HIV. Our goal is to have our anthology together by that point and everything. And if you would like to be the first to know when tickets go on sale, tickets will be going on sale May 1st. That link can get you on our email list. Also, if you would like to sponsor, we have sponsorships level starting at $1,000. All sponsors get tickets to come to the event as well. Your sponsorships will help us get this event done, and also will help go towards our medical center, because it's time for us to build a physical location where we can provide mental health services, where we can provide coaching, where we can do in-person support groups, and then we also can do the physical health parts as well. And it takes money to do this. So listen, remember, I said we are 501c3, so it is all tax deductible. It's something you can put on your taxes and get a write-off. So definitely, so we're asking you to partner with us for this. Also, I want to let you know that you can go to this website right below me, actually, and you can click on donate, because it's a nice space / donate, and you could become a monthly you can become a monthly partner, right? You can become a monthly partner, or you can do a one-time donation. So that's what I want to offer to you. Monthly partners, you can start at $30 a month all the way up to $500 a month. Whatever you feel like that's what you want to do, support, your money will go a long way. So we got that link there for you too. That's how you can support us, or you can give a one-time donation via PayPal, Cash App. Our Cash App is a business Cash App. It is, which is $ Anaya Space. But if you go to anayaspace.org/donate, you can definitely do that. You can definitely see the ways that you can give. So that's all that I have for today. I hope that this was a blessing to you. I hope that you learned something new today. And we're going to be back next Friday. And next Friday, our topic is going to be about how you can be a part of the change you want to see. Right? Because I think we could talk about all this education and things like that, but you don't have to be diagnosed with HIV to also help. So we want to know how you can be a part of the change. We're going to do that next week. This has been amazing. If this is your first time, go back and watch some of our older videos. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like our Facebook page. Follow us also over on Instagram at Anaya Space Inc. And we will talk to you again on next Friday.